this video I'm going to show you how to use simple shapes to create an abstract painting. So here are the shapes you can use, which are semicircles, circles, straight lines, triangles, arches, trapezoids, rectangles, and squares. So I'm going to demonstrate how to create an abstract painting with these 8 elements. And first of all, you have to know what materials you're supposed to use, and they're pretty simple. All you need is a pencil, an eraser, a ruler, which isn't necessary, and a piece of paper. You can decide the size, it doesn't really matter a lot. And a black pen. You'll also need like a coloring material, for example, color pencils, crayons, or watercolors like I'm using. So these are the tools you'll need, and let me start demonstrating. So now I'm doing the sketching, and you use pencils and an eraser for this part. And after you do the sketching, you can use an eraser to erase the parts that you don't want. So now I'm going to start coloring, and there isn't really a limit of what color you should color in, but my suggestion is to use basic colors and add different colors to it in order to create different tones of color. And you can also add more or less water if you're using watercolor like me to create different saturation. And just because there isn't really a limitation, so just use whatever color you want to and have fun. So right now I'm coloring this trapezoid red, and I'm only going to color this part red, even though it's not like the whole trapezoid, because I want it to seem like it's overlapping. So the part over here that overlaps with half a circle, I'm going to color it into another color. And you see, by adding different amount of water, I can create different saturation and different tons of color. So it's really fun to play with colors and shapes, which is like an important part of abstract art. I think I'll leave a few blank spaces so the whole paper won't look so messy, even though it already kind of is. And I try to put different amount of water in, so the colors have different saturation and they look closer and further to you. For example, this one over here and the background are both blue, but the shape here looks like it's standing out, and while the background looks like it's further away. So it's actually really fun to paint something like this because you can just play freely with shapes and colors, and there are basically no limitations or rules, so everything is really free, and you can, oh, it's raining, and yeah, you can just explore different shapes and colors like tones and saturation, and the relationship between shapes, like how they would look like they're overlapping with each other and how they interact with each other. So I think I'm done now. I'll just get a black marker and start tracing the pencil. So some of the paint isn't dry yet, and I'll just avoid tracing over them, or else it would look like a smear. Yeah. Actually, I don't think the black pen is working, so I'll just use a crayon. Yeah, that looks better. You can also use different kind of materials that is also black to trace your pencil lines, as long as you can actually see it. So you can still change a little bit of detail when you're tracing it. You can just trace the pencil lines, or you can make extensions, or you could just leave it there and it will look like it's another shape if you don't trace it. That's actually pretty interesting. Okay, so now I'm done tracing, and for some reason I can't film the whole thing. Okay, anyway, I used different tons of colors like I mentioned before, and different shapes combined together, overlapping with each other. So it's pretty fun doing this, and you can try it at home because the stuff you need is actually pretty simple. Just a pencil, an eraser, a piece of paper, and a coloring material. It's actually fine if you just color in with your pencil or black marker. That's fine too. You can also make different saturation with your pencil. Yeah, I have tried like a black and white version with black markers and pencils, and it also turned out pretty great. So today's activity is actually inspired by a modern artist named Kandinsky, and he's like one of the first people who started to paint abstract art with only shapes and lines and colors. So this is my final work, and I think it's really fun playing with colors and shapes. So hopefully you can do it at home and have fun. Thank you for watching.